Alright, class, welcome back to part 2 of the top 50 hats of 2021. And already I'm seeing I do not have my coffee mug right in front of me. Hold on. This is very important. Very important. See, I would have Billy take care of it, but Billy's lazy. So we're gonna. It's not my regular mug, but you get the idea. Alright. So now we can officially start. There. We just need coffee to keep our videos going. So we left off with hat number, 40 or 39 on the list here. So we're going to get back into the list here and do about 10 hats or so. In the last video I went on and on and on about all the hats. So if you haven't seen the first few, I would recommend looking back and watching that video. It might be a really long one, but it kind of helps with the continuity to build up to the number one hat of the year. I mean, this was my number one hat from last year in 2020. So I didn't explain that in the last video, but I want to make sure I explained that this Cubs timeline from HackClub with the fancy inside here. This was my number one hat of 2020. So let's continue on with 2021 with the next number. I'm going to check which number it is. So, get a notebook, pen, or pencil, because we're continuing this list on. So, no need to get a whole new notebook paper out. Just continue on where you left off. Class is in session. Let's go. Alright, so for number 39... I guess 38, because I'm gonna give this a tie. I'm gonna give this a tie. I'm literally making this up on the spot that I'm making this a tie. It's from the same collection. Both teams are in the American League East. Both are Bird branded teams. Cookies and Cream Orioles and Cookies and Cream Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, I love the simplicity of the O's. This was a very sought after. This was, after all the dust had settled from the pre-orders and from the leftover drop. A lot of people kind of had a continuity of a appreciation that this was an understanding this was the best hat of one of the best hats of the collection, and these are from the pre-orders, and I did get this from actually the leftover drop, because originally I got the Cubs and the O's from the pre-order, and then this was a leftover that I got. I was very lucky too. I just like this logo. This is one of the best baseball logos, top 5 all time. So to get this logo in this kind of pastel pink and blue was really nice. So I'm really struggling to say which one is better, because I like the O's, but I like the design of the Blue Jays, so it's kind of tough. So yeah, I hope you understand, and you don't get offended if I have a tie. If I don't really want to hear you say that I'm a cop-out, like, oh, he couldn't make a decision. We're paying him all this money to make decisions, and he can't. Well, 1, this is a tuition-free school and class, and 2, I'm just paid the big bucks just to look pretty. Shut up, Billy. I do look... You're kind of right. Anyways, so we're going to have a tie there to start off the list. So this is going to be another double entry. This is like a double entry. I know it sounds like another cop-out. I get it. But this one, it's a new team. I think you know where I'm going with this. Now, I was very excited for a new hockey team to come in the league. I figured, I gotta get on the hats early on. I don't want to have another Las Vegas situation where late into the season I don't have a chance to get any hats, really, or any good hats that I wanted. Well, I did get Seattle Kraken hats. This is my first one, and this is one that I got from sportslogo.net because I did a raffle. Did get like a giveaway, so I won. I could have chosen any cleanup hat that I wanted, any 47 brand hat I wanted, because 47 brands are great hats, and the cleanup hats are the best hats. So this is my choice for my free hat of the year, and the simple S with the main logo, secondary logo, and I keep seeing a lot of people out there on FHS with their 50-50 fitted Kraken hats, and like, I got a Kraken hat, and I'm like, that's cute. I got a sale hat way before you did. Way before you did. This was August. This was August that I got this. As soon as merchandise opened up, I ran to it. I still need to get the all teal hat. So I'm still looking for that one. And I am still waiting to find a way to get a 5950 New Era fitted Seattle Kraken hat. One of these days I will complete that. And one of these days I will do my Hockey Odyssey video of my collection. So this is number 37, I think we put it as. Alright, next one. Alright, the next one. This is a very underworn hat for me for the year. It has some of my favorite colors on the hat. And actually, when I first recorded the 50 through 40 hats, this was in the 40s, but I had to rearrange the order and put this at least in the top 40, because this wasn't in the 40s range. This is in the 30s range, maybe. Maybe it should be a little bit higher, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe in retrospect, this will be higher at some other point. But the Chicago Bluesmen. HackClub did a fake fantasy hockey league, not fantasy, but fake hockey league, with a whole slew of different teams. And this one, there was the Vegas one and a Colorado one that I wanted, but for sure I needed the Chicago one. I mean, Navy and Columbia Blue, favorite colors. Some of my favorite colors. Those are my high school colors. Go Knights. And I mean, they look very well done together. So I love that with the design on the front. Now you're thinking, Blues, isn't that your hockey rival? If you know your NHL, the rival to the Chicago Blackhawks are the St. Louis Blues. So why would you be excited about a Blues hat? Well, the Blues music itself has a good history in Chicago. B.B. King had a lot of history with Chicago. Plenty of other blues musicians passing through Chicago. The House of Blues, the Blues Brothers. Yeah, I was a Blues Brother for Halloween one time. So the design was fantastic. The C being made out of like a mural mosaic of different, like stained glass. Then the guitars, one in front, one in back, but going through the C, and then the necks turning into hockey sticks. Fantastic design. So again, this has probably still too high up on my list, or low, or wherever it is. This should be like top 20 maybe. I don't know. But there were a lot of good hats. So this was a tough list to make. Even now as I'm recording this, I don't know if this is the right spot for this hat, but we're going to put it there for the moment. Alright, speaking of hockey, next hat is going to be this crossover with Sports World. I think it was Sports World, yeah, 2.0 crossover. I didn't get the first one. The first one that they did wasn't all that great, to be honest. The side patch, the weird Ivy one. But this one had the World Series side patch, the Walking Cub, because I couldn't get the HackClub one. Curses! Boy. Yellow underbrim. It doesn't really fit too well, but maybe it's my own fault. I'm not getting a big enough hat size. But this one was done really well. This was done really well. Close to the HackClub one. If I had the HackClub one, it would have been on this list here instead of this one, maybe. But we'll never know. Next hat up. This one, was a pre-order in the initial release of it, the initial color design. It was a pre-order from HackClub, a good summertime looking hat with the theme and the colors, bright colors. And when I saw this place, Eblin's, out on the east side, I knew I had to have Los Angeles Angels pink lemonade in a dad hat. In a dad hat. Look at that. I mean, how crazy is that? I mean, I've seen color under visor hats for dad hats from 47 brand, but for New Era to do one in similar color fashion as what HackClub has done, that's insane. That's magnificent, actually. I mean, the material is polyester. It's a little bit thicker than I really would have wanted it to be, because really cotton is the supreme dad hat material. But that's still cool that it was a dad hat. So the stitching on and the coloring on the side patch, it's nice. It's glittery, good coloring. Nothing is outstanding of like, oh, I can't read that. I mean, yeah, the white font on bright pink, maybe not, but not really the point. You're not going up to the hat and be like, what does it say? What does it say? You know. At first I thought that the A was a little off-center, but if the A was like right in the middle, then the wing would look really off-center. So this was a cool hat to get. Rare one. One I can for sure about 90-ish% say that no one else has this hat. So really cool to have this hat. This one fits me. Speaking of hats that are dad hats and color under visors, we have doubles. Can I get doubles? Thank you. This one is in kind of like it's in like a blue. I know, so descriptive. It's in like a blue jeans blue, denim blue, without the denim material. The front here matches the undervisor color. It's what they call Tiffany blue. If you know New York or know the store that's Tiffany's, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and they have a iconic box that I see at Christmas all the time because my mom, aunt, and grandma get a box from Tiffany's from my uncle, and it's that same blue. This is a really cool color design connection and palette. This one and the 47 logo is in the same Tiffany blue. It's not tonal like it is for like HackClub hats or HackClub like hats. I like that it has that contrast. It sticks out, but doesn't distract from the hat. There's no side patch, but that's okay. It's always good to have a plain Jane. But this one I haven't seen on any fitted hats, and I watch plenty of other hat channels out there, and I watch plenty of Instagram with hats, and never seen this kind of color pattern together. So thought this was a cool one. So this is my next hat on the list. Notice how there's no hat there. I'm sure. So yeah, number 30 something. Jump cutting all these hats here on this list is getting annoying here, even for me. Chicago Cubs Bourbon Suede from Toppers, and this one I had 7.5 in my cart, but then I took too long, and instead of having to go the route that I've usually gone with Toppers, where I've gotten a 7.5/8 hat, like, okay, well, that's my size up. They've been kind of loose, so I've gotten to a 3/8 now here. So, I've been wearing it a little bit. Still need to stretch it out a little bit more. It's going to be a whole process. But the material, not so different compared to like the regular polyester, but it's got a good feel. I like that the underbrim is kind of like a blotched gray. If I take the stickers off, I've had this for like a week now, and I still haven't taken. No, just a few days. Still haven't taken the stickers off, and that's a no. Wow, that's kind of bad. Well, it just feels sticky on the bottom, but you can see like the imprint from the stickers. But yeah, it's kind of a soft bottom side, and from the pictures, maybe this was like the 2.0, but what I've seen before from other videos and pictures, other bourbon suede hats, especially like this Cubs one, had more like a metallic look to it for the front logo on the side. Walking Bear, I know MTS likes it a lot. He likes bears in general, the animal, and this is a kind of underused logo, and combined with the 1990 All-Star Game side patch, they actually kind of go together, I would say. So yeah, this one is nice. It's appropriate on the list, and it's something that I will for sure be making to stretch out and curving the brim to release more tension in the sweatband to make this hat work, because this is a pretty cool looking hat, and this isn't like a Spumoni like brown for that Cubs hat, where it's like a dark brown. It's kind of like a light brown, and it's nice. It's neutral. This can go with navy or my grays that I wear a lot, black. So this is pretty universal. So this is a really good one. So yeah, number whatever's on the screen. All right, back to what I was doing before. All right, that's number 30 something on the list. Back to the regular list that I pre-recorded out a week or two ago. Alright, number 31 on the list. This one is not officially from HackClub, but it looks like it is from HackClub. So, I mean, granted, I don't know what time in the final week's series we're going through that you've seen my rant about 2021, my roast of 2021, but I lost out to a certain dessert collection from HackClub because they don't know how to run a website. They give out hats through Invoice Gang and Hat Privilege, and sneaker people using bots and other resellers using bots to compete with. So this one, really glad someone from FHS was a good soul to be in an Indianapolis store, and they saw this in the picture, and I said, hey, I need that Cubs Spumoni looking one. I know it's not HackClub, but it's close enough. Yeah, this one was really cool. This one really wanted... The original Spumoni drop was... it was okay for me. I mean, there was no Cubs hats originally. So if there's no Cubs hats in the drop, is it really a good collection at all? No. You always need a Cubs. You always need Cubbies. So this one is a nice brown, nice pink under brim. I don't know why I saw that sticker there, to be honest. Anyways, so this one was nice, nice tonal flag, and this one was a good fit. This one I had curved a little bit before, but it kind of reverted back to its original shape. But yeah, this is a nice one to get. One of my redemption hats. So I was going to make a short video skit about this one hat and another one that you'll see later on. This is one of the teams that was going to be like I'm walking up to a desk, and then I'm a one-man show here, so it's me at the desk, and I'm like, I'm here for HackClub, new HackClub hats, and I hand over a form on a clipboard that says, why are you hat buying a Panic hat, or why are you buying a panic hat. It's like, well, when the campfires first came out, I didn't think that they were that cool. But now that they're all hyped up, I have to get one. So I got, this was from the Black Friday order, the Baltimore Orioles. And this one's really nice. This is another hat, like the Bluesman's hat, where maybe it's too high, it's too low on the list. You know, I think for the future of the list, you know, 1 is high, 50 is low. So I think this one might be a little low on the list, but it's still a nice hat. Still top 50 for sure. Nice green bottom, nice burnt orange. Gotta find a different word for that because I hate Texas, University of Texas. Don't dig them, screw them. Kind of noticing that the side patch is a little crooked, maybe. No, not really, but this was a great hat, great fit, and I was glad to get one of these. It's been frustrating lately with HackClub, with using the CAPTCHA on the website through a mobile device, through my iPad. It's not that easy to, 1, put the box around the cat or the plane, and then 2, I guess there's a hidden button where on Safari, where I'm trying to use Apple Pay, the submit button is like hidden. So I saw it on FHS, so it's kind of weird, but glad I got this one. Hat number 30. What are we on? 30? No, 29. 29. Hat number 29. This one, very special. That is a championship hat, and it's from Chicago. Followed the team for a few years now, and it's really, really exciting to see the Chicago Sky win the WNBA championship this year. It was fantastic. I was along for the ride. We got Candace Parker in the off season. I know I made a video about this hat reveal like a few months ago, and I never put it out. So I will put it out in the future, probably in 2022, which will be really weird. But I will put it out, and I also have one for the Atlanta Braves hat. That should have made the list too. I don't have it here. It's somewhere, but you've seen that hat before. But this one was also special because it's Chicago, the history behind the Chicago Sky not being supported even by the Chicago Bulls when they first were conceived in, I think it was 2006. So they came a long way, and it was really special to see them win the championship the way they did. And yeah, the hat number 29 for the year. Hat number 28. Now, this list is comprised of hats based off the rubric of what the hat looks like, what the hat means to me is also important, and what the hat represents is also important, and also in a way, like, you know, how I got the hat too. So this one is really, really high on the list, but I've really wanted it for a long time. This isn't necessarily a holy grail hat, but it is a cool hat. And especially because the store where I bought the hat was closed for about a year, if not over a year, because of the pandemic. Because of a small business, it really hurt my chances of getting the hat. But I'm really glad that I was finally able to see that the gift shop was open, and I was able to get a Dwight D. Eisenhower I Like Ike campaign hat. So this comes from the Presidential Library Museum out in Kansas, and I mean, it's cool. It's got an adjustable hat. Adjustable hat for me is structured crown, adjustable back, but we're like, this is a dad hat. This is the dad hat where it has no structure to the crown, so makes it different that way. So everyone has their own definition. So this is just a regular adjustable hat, Velcro back, has a red like line in between the brim, the bottom and the top, and it's kind of black. Would have been cool if it was navy. Love navy. I have a ton of navy hats. But just on the front, I like Ike. That was a catchphrase for his campaign. I am a huge presidential nerd. So it was cool to get the hat. I really wanted this hat. It's an iconic phrase of presidential campaign history. So had to get it. So I will give you a 100% guarantee that no one else has this hat, at least in the hat community. So, hat diversity. I would show you the mug, but I have a different mug. Hat number 27, Atlanta Braves. This one was a tan/khaki. I wonder what the difference between tan, khaki, and beige are. But you get the idea. This one was the 47 brand Ballpark collection, where like you saw with that White Sox hat that was plain on the front, but underneath, whoa, it's a blue underbottom, it's an icy blue. I think they might have called this like Columbia blue, or I don't remember what they exactly called this blue, but now this, compared to that crap, couldn't find it. But compared to that Orioles hat that I had in the previous video list, was that blueberry on the front is like a darker blue, but I was expecting it to be a light blue. I was expecting it to be like this blue. So that's what I was expecting. So that's why I kind of like this hat a little bit more. And it's a cool color connection, cool color palette. So that's why that's higher on the list. And then hat number 26 for this list, we went through a big chunk of hats, so it's going to be a little bit quicker for the next few videos. So I know we've been talking a lot here. I've been talking a lot here in this video, and Illinois just won the Bragging Rights Trophy, by the way. I'm watching this. Shout out to J38. He's a Mizzou fan. This is like the only day of the year that I can say that my team beat his. Because otherwise it's either the Chiefs beating the Broncos or somehow the Royals beating the Cubs. So yeah, I don't really have many times to say to Jay that my team won over his. Anyways, but this last hat for this video, hat number 26, this one is iconic to baseball. There are only two baseball stadiums in America that are over 100 years old. Fenway Park in 1912, and the Cathedral of Baseball that is Wrigley Field. The 100th anniversary patch I have on the front of that. This isn't a side patch. This is an actual patch on the front. Kind of weird to see that, you know? I mean, usually you see it as a side patch, but it's the display. It's the main focus of this hat. It's in Wrigley green, that cubby green, you know, from the scoreboard and the outfield. I mean, Wrigley Field is such an iconic place. I mean, I think Wrigley Field is one of those few stadiums with Boston, with Fenway, with Madison Square Garden, that it's okay to wear another team's apparel to that game, to the game, and it not being connected to either team playing. So, like, if it's a Cubs and Cardinals game, if someone's wearing a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey or a hat, that's fine. If they're wearing a Seattle Mariners hat, if they're wearing a USC hat, I'm gonna hate that hat, but if they're wearing some sort of other apparel to Wrigley, it's a place to congregate to. It's a mecca. It's a pilgrimage that sports fans all across America should take to. I took a pilgrimage just because I was on a band trip to Lambeau Field. Did I wear my Bears apparel and hat? Yes, but it's Lambeau Field. It's the cathedral for football, just like Wrigley is the cathedral for baseball. I'd like to see someone argue that with me. Comment down below if you really think you have an argument on why somehow your place or somewhere else is a cathedral to baseball instead of Wrigley. But this one was really cool. I think I got this off of eBay, but wanted something just for Wrigley. Wrigley Field, 100th anniversary. But the Cubs haven't been there 400 years, so they came in 1916. So, that's for another time. So, thank you everyone for coming in for this other elongated video. Let me know in the comments down below if you got any of these hats from this year. I'm dying to know who else got an I Like Ike hat. Let me know in the comments down below if you got this hat or if you're going to be running to the Dwight D. Eisenhower Presidential Museum gift shop to grab one yourself. If you do, join the Cool Kids Club. Because, I mean, only the cool kids like me and maybe you can have a hat like that. Did you have a redemption hat this year where, you wanted it, your favorite team from one place, but they sold out for some reason? Did you have redemption? Did you get a free hat too this year? Like my anchor hat for the Kraken? Or do you have a hat that you think is just underutilized or underappreciated, but really is top-notch, more than it really should be? Let me in the comments down below that and anything else hat-related for 2021 you want to review about. And in the next list, we'll be going through hats number 25 through 15, or 16. 25 through 16. I'll see you then. Class is dismissed. Bye, everyone.